Hi everyone, my name is Stacy.
Hi, my name is Lila Ambrosi.
My name is Pamela Rotti.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Kuipers.
Hey, I'm Camilla Hill.
Hi, my name's Jessica.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacy and I'm one of the original co-founders of Addalingua. I have been in the dual language and immersion bilingual space for over 20 years. First, as a graduate student myself in the field of Romance linguistics and second language acquisition, and later as an educator. And as an educator, I have had the privilege of teaching students from the ages of 5 to 50 in multiple different contexts and even outside the United States. And now, as a resource developer and writer of professional learning courses for other dual language immersion teachers. I will also say I've had the extreme privilege of working with teachers from a variety of backgrounds and countries, and that has really shaped how I think about language and pedagogy. One of the things that I think I've learned is that something happens when we acquire other languages, and I believe in that process, we develop parts of ourselves that perhaps we wouldn't have been able to without adding that language. In that process of acquiring another language, I think we learn to perspective take and empathize with people who maybe on the surface appear very different from ourselves. And like my team, I want that for all students in the United States. Speaking of my team, I love working with Addalingua, for Addalingua, in Addalingua, not only because of our mission, but also because of the people. I have to sit back and almost pinch myself sometimes and really wonder at the forces that brought us all together. Each member is so uniquely suited to contribute to our mission, and not only in their work, but just who they are and what they believe in. So besides being a privilege, it can feel like a responsibility sometimes to work with such humans. And it even makes me think that perhaps, even though it sounds cliche and definitely together with you, maybe we could just change the way we educate students in the United States.
Hi, my name is Lila Ambrosi, and I'm the COO and co-founder of Addalingua. Before founding Addalingua with Stacy, I was a teacher, primarily in kindergarten, but also first and second grades, and then a principal of a Spanish dual language immersion program in Michigan. So I have a deep understanding of not only classroom, but also programmatic opportunities and challenges associated with dual language immersion education. You wouldn't believe it, but Stacy and I actually connected at a Tom Petty concert years ago, and we quickly bonded over our shared vision for dual language immersion education. We recognized it as an essential path forward for students in the US, and we committed ourselves to not only participating in this movement, but also expanding it to schools nationwide. As co-founder and COO, I bring a passion for creating the systems that support our big dreams and our lofty goals for education. We established Addalingua for 3 important reasons. 1, to normalize learning in multiple languages. Students globally learn in 2 or more languages every day, and they graduate high school bilingual, trilingual, or multilingual. We believe all U.S. students deserve this opportunity also to learn in 2 or more languages. 2nd, to provide essential resources. We offer dual language immersion curricular resources and professional learning to teachers and leaders. Dual language immersion educators work very hard every day to build classrooms and programs that support the 3 goals of DLI. Oftentimes, they do this without support or resources to know how to do so. That's where we come in and walk alongside to provide a roadmap for educators to ensure consistency across and cohesion within programs. Finally, number 3. To empower dual language learners, we support students in developing their bilingual and biliteracy skills. These children represent our future. Learning a new language expands their perspectives, fosters deep empathy, and develops global thinkers. This ability to take on diverse perspectives will be invaluable as they become tomorrow's leaders, enabling them to build bridges regardless of their chosen profession.
Hi, my My name is Pamela Ratti, and I am the CEO of Addalingua. I have been with this team for about 7 years, and I've never looked back. We are a pretty small organization, but we like to say that we're small and mighty. But that means that we do wear a lot of hats. So I get to wear the sales hat, I get to wear the marketing hat, which is mostly what my background is. I started out with a very large global organization called IHG, where I worked in loyalty marketing, database marketing, communications, PR, landing ultimately in branding, and especially international global branding, which I just found my passion for. I did realize along the way that I really like to build things, so I decided to jump that giant ship into a smaller little company in Virginia called Rosetta Stone. It was small when I started, but not by the time that I moved on from there. I was hired to lead the consumer business in the United States, and soon I was opening offices internationally and culminating in coming back to the US as their CMO and being a part of the team that took the company to an IPO, to be public. It was amazing, but then we were big again. So it was time for me to once again jump ship or leap over to find another sweet spot in something small. I landed at Addalingua and I love it. I have always loved languages. I started learning languages when I was young. I speak Spanish. I do speak some Italian. My husband's Italian. And my kids all speak multiple languages. So at any given dinner table, you might hear English, you might hear German, Spanish, Italian, maybe even a little French thrown in there. So we love it. The mission is what I'm so passionate about at Addalingua, which is to inspire global empathy, especially in kids. And we think a really great way to do that is through dual language immersion education. We supply great training and amazing tools and resources for educators in that space to help them essentially do school in 2 languages. I am super excited for you to join us on our journey. Follow us, and we look forward to seeing you.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Kuipers. I'm the Customer Success and Marketing Manager here at Addalingua. In my almost 7 years here, my role has shifted from executive assistant to office administrator to systems manager to customer success advocate. But whatever my role is, I've always been in some way the go-to girl for our team and the schools that we work with. In my life pre-Addalingua, I was an elementary Spanish immersion teacher here in Holland, Michigan. And before that, I taught English immersion in the Dominican Republic. I wanted to join Team Addalingua because they offered what I so needed as a DLI teacher in a public school. And I wanted to get that out to as many teachers around the country as possible. I love working at Addalingua because our small but mighty team, the teachers and leaders that we get to work with, and the work we all do together really inspires global empathy. Teaching and learning a second or third or fourth language has the power to open doors and extend tables. Since learning Spanish is my second language as a young adult, empowering others to open doors and extend tables in the same way in order to have more empathy in this world is what gets me out of bed each day. Well, that and my 2 beautiful daughters and my wonderful husband. I am looking forward to some very exciting things we're working on behind the scenes, and I look forward to connecting with you online.
Hey, I'm Camilla Hill. I'm CPO of Addalingua, so I oversee product strategy, development, life cycles of products, needs analyses, kind of big picture. And as a kind of smaller company as well, I'm in the back end. So I'm website developer, curriculum developer, and kind of graphic designer, kind of in it all as well. I first connected with Addalingua as like a contractor to design and develop some courses, and now I am set to stay. Bit about me, kind of credentials space. I have instructed all over the world in several different languages. So I've instructed in English, Spanish, and Portuguese in various countries, including Ukraine, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Canada, and the United States of America. I have kiddos in dual language courses as well. And I've instructed in K-12 spaces, public schools, private schools, as well as university academic settings. And these principles of Addalingua, these frameworks, these strategies, these tools really allow us to like increase proficiency. So I love to be in this space. We're excited to connect with you. And yeah, we fancied to have you connect a wee bit with us to kind of see us real raw as we develop and build out opportunities together with you as a community to improve the dual language immersion space for yourselves as teachers, as well as for our students.
Hi, my name's Jessica, and I'm the CTO here at Addalingua. What that means is I do a lot of my work with technology. Maybe I look at different technologies we want to use, compare and contrast them, pick them. Then I do some back-end coding, front-end coding, development, anything that has to do with technology. I'm in it and have fun with it. Before joining Addalingua, I have done lots of education in language and technology, as well as experience in language and technology. I've built language curriculum for 61 languages. I've built apps to help people learn language, assess language, practice language. I've built training for teachers to help them become better teachers or learn how to be a language teacher. I myself have taught language pedagogy for years, as well as teaching French and German. I was originally born in France, and then as a teenager, I moved to Germany. So I spoke English at home with my mother, and then French with my father, and German at school. So my world has always revolved around language. Now here, my kiddos go to immersion schools so they can be better language learners. And understand the world from multiple perspectives. I love being here at Addalingua, and I'm excited to have you join us, follow along with us, and see the ways we try to elevate and help teachers have better planning or better tools in their pockets to be the best teachers they can be.
At Addalingua, we love to dream big about how we can support educators. We're thrilled to have a book about the Addalingua approach in production right now. And we also have some new projects underway that will revolutionize dual language immersion teaching and learning. Stay tuned and stay connected for more information.